Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Washington, D.C. for tonight's game between the D.C. Dragons and the Florida Storm. A couple of former SFL champions set to do battle in a very, very important playoff impacting game. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Ramos Lin. Alongside me in the booth is Mr. Wade Phillips. And Wade, this is a game between two heavyweights, man. This game is just one of the most expected of the week for sure. And you want to streak into the playoffs. So tell us about these two teams and what are your keys for the matchup?
Yeah, so really, like you said, these two teams are really riding high coming into this game. DC is on a 2-game winning streak, whereas Florida just got the win over Motor City. And really kind of a balance of the attack by both squads. Really, both teams really leaning on their run games, whereas Bullet Bolesky for Florida really shines in that running role with third in the league in yards and first in touchdowns with 22. So I look forward to a really tight contested match tonight.
The Storm will call tails and select to receive, as DC will kick the ball first. The aerial cover of today's game provided by Dax Droneworks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at daxdroneworks.com as we are set to kick this one off. And the DC Dragons would put the ball in the air, and the Florida Storm will return it from the 1. Decent return past the 20-yard line, breaking a tackle and a face mask will tack on 15 yards more.
And that's definitely not what you want to start on that first kickoff. You know, start them off extra yards after that incidental face mask, but that puts them even farther up to the 29 of Florida. But now they get some pretty decent field position for their first drive.
Looks like split backs formation on the very first play of the game here for the Florida Storm. 2 wide receivers, twins, top of your screen. Man-to-man coverage showing here for the DC Dragons defense. And it's going to be a toss to left-hand side to the fullback. And breaking a tackle. There he goes past the 40 up to the 49-yard line. That's a great start for the Florida offense.
It's a really excellent start just to get that fullback toss out there, kind of catch him off guard, and then he breaks that tackle from the defensive back, then charges forward for a few more yards, probably got 15 yards on that, and sets him up with a great possession early on in this drive.
First down and 10 yards to go. Florida now goes with the 12 personnel as 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. 4-4 defense here for DC, and a handoff goes to Bolesky for a gain of about 3 yards. Let's introduce you to the Florida offense. Ron Cochran, the veteran quarterback, number 3, is under center. The backs in the backfield are Charlie Bolesky and J.W. Doyle. The wide receivers are Caleb Giffis, EJ Minson, Stephen Bush, Art Vandelay, and the tight ends are Ron Haynes and Varendon Sarkov. 22 personnel now, heavy set. And again, it's going to be Bolesky getting the handoff. Bolesky breaks a tackle and gets a first down, a gain of about 9 on the play to move the chains.
And that's something we're going to see a lot of. They love using Bullet Bolesky a lot in this offense. And right there, you just see that one tackler is not going to be able to bring him down on that initial try. And it took 2 tacklers to eventually bring him down.
Charlie Bolesky, former league MVP. Getting a couple handoffs early on in the game. Let's see if he gets the ball again. No, it's going to be a throw. Cochran, middle, the pass, incomplete, deflected. Good deflection right there by the linebacker. That's Declan O'Rourke. And let's introduce you to the rest of the DC defense. Jose Fuentes, John Gary, Evan Miller, and Cano Fortson are the defensive linemen with Jason Bourne. The linebackers are Declan O'Rourke, Chris Britton III, and Saeed Gore. And the DBs, Xavier Rue III, Peanut Say, Dario Bullock, Jadobi Du, John DeSantis, Josh Vasquez, and Kev Say Jr. A loaded defensive backfield, but this time the offense of the Storm gets the first down and a quick slant.
Yeah, Stephen Bush caught that. I thought it was going to be incomplete, but luckily it kind of bounced around in his possession, and he caught it right here, the slant. goes behind him, but then somehow kind of twists and contorts his body and catches that. Excellent catch and eye-hand coordination with two defenders right in the area to try to make that stop.
First down, 10 yards to go, 8:25 here in the first quarter. Florida's first offense of the game, if you were just joining us. 12 personnel here for the Storm. It's going to be a throw. Cochran with time. The pass middle, and the pass is caught. Middle of the screen by E.J. Minson for a first down.
Caught that in the perfect spot. Kind of led that ball, and he caught it right in the window. Here we go. Little replay action. Throws it in there. Gets it right on it, and then that defender's immediately there to stop the play, but caught enough for the first down, and now they set up in perfect field position to get a score here.
Right offense so far for the Florida Storm. Ron Cochran starting pretty well to a 325 yards passing. This is going to be a shotgun set. So we may see another throw from Ron Cochran. Man in motion. Here's Steven Bush, man-to-man coverage here for the DC Dragons. They're going to toss it out, and the fullback, J.W. Doyle, is going to break a tackle and get 5 on the play. Good motion right there, Wade.
Yeah, that's right. The motion got that extra blocking time on that right side, and it freed up the fullback to pick up 5. And so it's looking like we're going to get to see a heavy run attack early on from Florida.
Split backs formation. Pro set. And the tight end, Ron Haynes, now goes outside. More main coverage here. And another toss by Beletsky, who breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and only gets about 1. Good pursuit right there by Declan O'Rourke. 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was excellent pursuit and run coverage responsibilities by the defense. It took 3 defenders to bring him down. Bullet broke the first 2 tackles, but got it on that third.
4-4 defense here inside the 10-yard line. And the pass is almost picked off. Should have been intercepted. That was number 45, Chris Britton III, with his hands on it. And after a long drive, the Florida Storm will have to settle for a field goal.
DC does a great job right there getting the stop. The defensive lineman got in there and forced that incompletion, but almost looked like you mentioned, almost took it and got that interception.
23-yard field goal attempt. And the kick by Snead is up, and it is good. 3-0. The Storm lead the DC Dragons. Pretty good offensive drive. First drive of the game by Florida. Again, over 3 minutes off the clock and finishing the drive with points.
I mean, you can consider that a minor victory right there, just getting the points on the board because DC's defense held strong, but Florida just seeming just to roll on that drive and end up with 3.
DC will down it inside the end zone for a touchback. Is going to be put at the 20-yard line, and Shabazz Synergy is going to be under center for the first time tonight. Shabazz Synergy, overall in his SFL career, has been a dual threat, passing but also pretty mobile. And I'm sure Florida has to account for that. He's going to stretch it out to not Kevin Say, excuse me. That's Kevin Say for a gain of about 2 on the play. And I think when you talk about this this defense of the Storm, Wade, you know, their strength, in my opinion, is the defensive secondary. So you got to keep the ball on the ground, at least early on. Another handoff goes to Kevin Say, and there he goes, breaking a tackle, and finally stopped after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I completely agree there. They have a very playmaking secondary that is just a turnover waiting to happen. They just forced interceptions and takeaways at a very high rate. And like you mentioned, it looks like DC just really needs to focus kind of on the ground attack and not get any turnovers on the passing game.
2 backs and 3 wide receivers now for Shabazz. Another handoff on 3rd down, and Kevin Say will not get the first. He will be stopped shy. 4th and 2 coming up.
Yeah, and that was an excellent job both on the past 2 plays by the secondary, getting in there and getting a stop, because it looked like Say was going to maybe break into the second half of the defense, but luckily those defensive backs got up there and got the stop.
Spot goes away. It's a pretty good one. All the way to the 33-yard line. And another face mask on special teams will give Florida more free yards. This one a personal foul.
Yeah, just playing kind of sloppy on special teams. That's the second one we've seen tonight, and it just sets them up with even better field position than what they would have had that not happened.
So we'll see Ron Cochran again. First drive, 204, 25 yards. Main focus of the offense was the backfield. 5 rushing attempts, 3 for Beletsky and 2 for Doyle. Even though Doyle at the moment has double the yards. And they will show backs again. 3 wide receivers in this formation. Man in motion again is Steven Bush. And again, the DC Dragons are on man coverage. Handoff goes to Beletsky. And Beletsky will break that first tackle. And there he goes. First down and more. And a gain of about 12 yards for the Bullet.
And that's just something we see all too often right there. Beletsky just taken right up the middle and just breaks the tackle right there initial and then gets to that second level, and it takes 2 defenders to bring him down eventually. And so that's just something that DC has got to watch the rest of this game and really pursue those angles and stop him before he can cause damage.
Ball at the 38. The Florida Storm trying to put some more points on the board, and it's going to be a toss. Beletsky's going to go nowhere that time. A loss of 2 yards. Really good pursuit right there by the secondary. Peanut Say making a tackle.
And right there, the lineman just couldn't quite seal that edge. It was McDonaldson. Couldn't seal it, and eventually the defensive linebacker, it looked like, got back there and got the stop.
2 backs in the backfield. Cochran will throw, pass middle, and a guy got in the way. Actually, the tight end. He got in the way of the receiver. 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, it looked like Ron Haynes was going across the middle and just tipped that ball when it was going to the other receiver. But right there, it's kind of miscommunication on the offense, but now it forces a 3rd and 12 and see if they can convert right here.
Empty set here for the Storm. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. More motion here for the Storm. Art Vandelay going from left to right. Middle of the field pretty open. Cochran will scramble to the left. Pass is middle, and the pass is caught to Steven Bush. Best throw of the game by Ron Cochran here in the first quarter.
And that was an excellent play call by the offense. They send Cochran rolling out left, and then the receivers kind of make their routes to the middle of the field towards him, and that excellent completion sets up a first down inside. Very good field position for Florida.
3 wide receivers again on a split backs formation. Florida in scoring position already. They will hand the ball off to Beletsky, who breaks a tackle and gets 3 on the play. We'll set up second down and 7 yards to go. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Heavy set. Bullet Beletsky takes the power play, and he will get just enough for a first down. It's all the old Packer sweep.
Yeah, right there. It just got all those blockers going out to the right. They got just enough to, right there, that block by the tight end freed him up just enough to reach that ball across the sticks and get that first down, and now it sets them up inside the red zone, and they're very much threatening to score.
At the 12-yard line, Florida has been able to move the ball at ease here in the first quarter. Steven Bush in motion. Nickel defense here for the DC Dragons. Scrambling again. Cochran passes middle. The pass caught. Touchdown. E.J. Minson puts the first touchdown on the board for the Storm.
Big 6'5" E.J. Minson got in there. Ron Cochran rolled out to the right there, but the defense could not get to him, and that allowed E.J. Minson to cut across to the right into open territory, broke the jam coverage at the line, and freed himself up in the end zone for the touchdown. That sets it up makes it a 9-0 lead for Florida with the point after coming up to make it possibly 10-0.
The extra point by the Storm is going to go up and good. 10-0 Florida over DC. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Well, DC will have another chance here in the first quarter, down 10-0. DC still to get their first down of the game, and Shanahan will down this one for a touchback. Let's introduce you to the DC offense. Shavaz Synergy is the quarterback. Kevin Say, Chuck Steller, and Cooper Allen are the backs. Ronnie Shanahan, Mike Churchill, Josh Gill, Sam Harrison are the wide receivers. Lauren Percoco and James Walters are the tight ends. 8 total yards of offense here for DC in the first quarter. And this is going to be a draw, as Kevin Say will have a little bit of space, gets 3 on the play.
And yeah, just only 3 yards on that play. I'm really waiting to see when we get to see Lauren Percoco get a few targets. She's their prime receiver with 51 receptions coming into the ball game, but we'll see if they continue to lean on the run game.
They have 2 tight ends, and they will have a man in motion. That's Mike Churchill. Man coverage as well for the Florida Storm. A lot of man coverage here in tonight's ball game. Another draw. That's going to go to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say will push forward for a gain of about 8 and a first down, Dragons.
That play was all the running back because he gets up there, Say does, and then breaks through. It looked like 4 Florida defenders in the area, breaks through them and gets the 3 extra added yards to get that first down.
Handoff goes to Kevin Say, and Say gets only about 2 on the play. Really good tackle, strong tackle made right there by Adrian Blaine. 3rd tackle of the game already by Blaine.
Yeah, she's really been flying around, getting stops as fast as she can.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Storm showing the blitz. And Blaine, the free safety, following for man coverage. The pass middle is going to be caught, and an easy first down here for the Dragons. First completed pass by the Dragons offense goes to Josh Gill.
Yeah, it was wide open right there. Did a slant, it looked like, caught it in the middle of the defense, and it took Andrew Francis to get the stop from the safety spot. That had Andrew Francis not been there, that could have gone for a lot more, but luckily number 20 was there and got the stop.
3 wide receiver set. 2 backs in the backfield for the Dragons. Handoff goes to Say, and Kevin Say eludes a tackler, gets 6 on the play. Let's introduce you to the Florida defense. Deantis Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, Alex Dominguez, and Pete Mitchell are the defensive linemen. Theo Thunderman, Ryan Tobin, and Jesus Smith are the linebackers. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, Adam Jones are the corners, and the safeties are Adrian Blaine, Roscoe Jenkins, Andrew Francis, and J.J. Bailey. Heavy set, 22 personnel here for the DC Dragons. Handoff goes again to Kevin Say, and Say will be close for a first down, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, they just keep pounding the rock up the middle, and that time got just enough to get the first down. I thought maybe he'd be a little short, but they're going to give him those extra couple inches to get that first down.
First down and 10. Offset I formation with twins top of your screen. Maybe the last play here of the first quarter. And Shavaz will throw. Shavaz middle. The pass caught in between 2 different defenders. You call it Lauren Percoco, first down.
Yeah, first time we've seen Lauren Percoco get the target, but she converts it, and it was in the face of 2 Florida defenders. The corner and the safety were right there just to hit her as soon as she caught it, but she held on, maintained the catch, and stayed strong. Excellent play to pick up the first down.
That will be the last play of the first quarter. Florida leads 10-0 And don't go anywhere, folks. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music right here on YouTube. Welcome back from Washington, D.C. The Florida Storm hold a 10-0 lead against the D.C. Dragons. Wade Phillips and Ramos Lynn here in the commentary. Split backs formation, and Shabazz will throw. The pass, middle, and the pass is going to be caught per Coco again for a first down.
And there we go, 2 for 2 right there on targets and receptions. She gets the pass, her number called, gets the pass on the slant it looked like, and the safety was there to lay a big hit on her, but luckily she maintained the catch and picks up the first down, and now DC continues this drive after that first drive only got him a 3-and-out.
Big shout-outs go to Dwayne Schindler and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck, doing a great job. Thank you, guys. First down and 10. Man in motion is Josh Gill. With an empty set, Shabazz Energy will throw, and the pass middle is going to be caught per Coco as Shabazz got hit as he threw the football. Very lucky. Lauren Percoco was the only receiver in the area.
Yeah, lucky for them that the pass wasn't incomplete, but even luckier that it didn't go up into the hands of a defender. But great job by the defense to get it there, try to force that errant pass.
Goal line defense here inside the 5. Man in motion is Percoco, now lined up as a fullback. 2nd and 2. Handoff goes to Kevin Say, and Say will not get the first down. Really strong tackle by Ryan Davidson. 3rd and 1.
And that was a great job by the defense to stand up the blocker right there and not allow Say to get around him and force that 3rd down by getting the stop before he crossed the first down line. Great job by the defense getting push.
Same formation this time, 3rd down and 1. And they will run now to the other side, and Kevin Say will get the touchdown.
Wow, yeah, that touchdown, I don't know. I don't see it, partner. I think he might have been down short of the goal line, but they give it to him. But let's see on this replay. Gets that first tackle attempt that he kind of drags for a few yards, but then the second defender comes in and kind of cleans up and almost stops him before they call a touchdown. But unfortunately, they got the touchdown, but it doesn't look like we're going to see a challenge.
It doesn't look like, on first and second glance to me, it looked close, but I think it is a touchdown. I think he crossed the line. What a strong run, angry run by Kevin Say, and that quickly, DC gets close by 3 points, 10-7. Florida over the Dragons. We'll see if we can have a return here, and this is going to go deep and kneel down for a touchback. So Ron Cochran will come back onto the field. Ron Cochran in the first quarter of play, 2 completions out of 5 attempts for 25 yards. Charlie Beletsky with 7 rushes. J.W. Doyle also has a couple rushes. And overall, Florida has been able to run successfully against this DC defense. Another rollout pass. Cochran will throw deep, and the pass is caught again. E.J. Minson for a first down. And sorry, the stats are not completely updated, but Ron Cochran does have that touchdown. So there you go. 73 passing yards now and a touchdown for Ron Cochran.
Yeah, and right there, E.J. Minson gets another first down for him. It seems like through the air, the majority of their first downs have been to E.J. Minson, so staying strong in that role.
Another split backs formation here for the Storm. Another toss play, and it's going to be a fumble. It's a live ball. Declan O'Rourke has it past the 30, past the 25. It's being returned. Ron Cochran finally pushes him out of bounds at the 17-yard line, but what a huge play by the DC defense.
Yeah, and right there, wow, the lineman. Let's see who it was on. Oh, they're not going to show the replay. Well, the lineman gets in there and stops the running back, Beletsky, before he can even receive the toss, and that causes the fumble, and then the linebacker picks it up and takes it for a few yards, but Ron Cochran's there to stop him and force him out of bounds.
A big takeaway here for the DC Dragon defense. Heavy set. It's going to be a handoff to Kevin Say, who's going to be tackled for a loss of about half a yard. They're going to give him a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 coming up. Big turnover. You got to capitalize.
Yeah, you've got to capitalize. And Florida's defense has got to stay strong because they just got off the field, but now they need to stay strong and pick up a second wind.
Gonna see a handoff to the fullback. I like that play. Chuck Steller gets about 5 on the play, and I like it because you're keeping the ball on the ground. You're spreading the ball around to your other back, Chuck Steller this time, and the Florida defense was pretty spread out. They've been running man quite a bit, so that gives you options in the middle of the field.
Absolutely.
3-man front here for Florida. It's like 6-7 DBs. Synergy to throw. Pass is going to be incomplete. Lauren Percoco, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down. Strong stop here for the Florida defense. DC, though, has a chance to tie this one up.
Yeah, absolutely. But Florida, I'm sure, will take considering the field position that DC started with, I'm sure they'll take that. But on that play, I think Shabazz Synergy might have just kind of stared at Lauren Percoco too long on that route, and the defense was all over it. But it looked like Synergy had some options over the middle of the field that were open, but went to Lauren Percoco, and it was incomplete.
Yeah. Still, it's a solid situation here for the DC Dragons. Tying the ball game at 10 apiece. I mean, just a minute and a half away, ago, Wade, we were 10-0 Florida, and they were looking pretty dominant. So DC has done a really good job of tying this one up, and finally we're gonna get a return. Has the 20, getting it past the 25, and marked at the 25-yard line. Actually, that's Caleb Giffus, the kick returner on the return. I think for Florida. Sorry, Wade, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just going to say, let's see if we can see a run that doesn't get blown up in the backfield for a forced fumble.
I was going to say something in between those lines is, don't shy away from the run. Don't get scared by that. It's just kind of like a freak giveaway. You've been running the ball very well so far in this game. Just, give the ball to Beletsky. Try to give it again to Doyle. Man in motion is Ron Haynes from right to left of the formation. And a handoff goes to Beletsky, and there he goes, Bullet Beletsky. Really good job by the offensive line here for Florida. Shout out to them. And it's been a few times where either Beletsky or J.W. Doyle don't get even touched after 5 yards.
You're absolutely right. Up front, they've been playing lights out today, and that's been a big reason why they're, it's tied, but they were ahead 10-0 for a while, but this line has been playing standout today.
22 personnel in the I formation. Handoff goes to Bullet Beletsky, and Beletsky gets about 4 on that one. 3rd down and 1 yard to go. And, do it again. The offensive line of Florida has played significantly better than the DC defensive line. Just do it again. And in motion is Ron Haynes. A.W. Doyle at fullback in the middle. Handoff goes to Beletsky, and wide open space. Bullet Beletsky past midfield, and he gets to the 46-yard line. I mean, I'm telling you, the offensive line of the Storm, just, with every running play, they look even better and better.
Absolutely. They're warming up, and that time, that middle of the defense just parted like the Red Seas, and he just took off, and J.W. Doyle was ahead of him a little bit, pacing him, but Bullet just kind of took off and got around that blocker, but still picked up some nice damage by this offensive line.
Great wide receiver set for the Storm. Handoff this time goes to Charlie Beletsky, and Beletsky pushes forward for a gain of 7 yards.
And Beletsky just runs so hard. I mean, every play that he runs, he's just a bull in a china shop, just running through tackles, and you really have to bring more than one defender to try to bring him down because he's just a load back there and runs with fire.
2nd down and 3, another sweep, and Beletsky has a 1st down, gain of 6 yards, and that's when you know you trust your offensive line, Wade. Those sweeps and powers and, those plays where your offensive linemen are pulling, you don't do those when you don't trust your line.
Absolutely correct. I mean, you've got to have very dependable linemen to be able to trust them to pull, especially on those sweeps. Not my favorite play, but if you can get them to work, they're phenomenal.
Yeah. E.J. Minson gets the catch and a gain of about 9.5. Will make it a 2nd and inches. Really, really strong drive here for the Florida Storm. Charlie Beletsky already approaching 100 yards, and overall as a team, the Florida Storm just about 5 yards away from 100. High formation again. Beletsky gets the toss. Beletsky 1st down. A gain of a couple. It's enough to move the chains.
And they pick up another 1st down. This line got just enough push to get Beletsky just across that 1st down line, and now Florida continues this strong drive that is on track to possibly produce them quite a bit of points.
The high formation. Another rollout, and this time Ron Cochran is going to be destroyed for a 7-yard loss. Very important play here by the DC defense. They needed that.
Yeah, Xavier Rowe right there got in on the defensive back blitz, went around the potential blockers and stopped Ron Cochran in his tracks, and now DC kind of on the back foot and going to try to get some yards to at least put themselves in comfortable field goal position.
Empty set here for the Storm. 5 wideouts. Another rollout. Cochran with time, passes outside the numbers, and it's incomplete. Great coverage on the outside. And a good no call, in my opinion. Xavier Rowe, the 2nd play in a row.
100% agree. No call right there. It looked like there was some mutual kind of hand fighting and stuff right there, but great no call by the ref. And now Florida looking at a 3rd and 17. Got to pull from their bag of tricks and get a 1st down.
Same formation this time. Let's see if we see another rollout. No, we don't. Straight drop back. Cochran with time all day to throw. Cochran to the outside, and the pass is incomplete. And now I think that could have been a penalty, to be fair, Wade. I don't think we're going to get a replay, but I looked like a little bit like early contact. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like to say that it looked a little early, but I mean, it might have been so close that they just didn't have a great look to call that one way or the other. But, pretty great drive for DC's defense to get that stop when Florida was really rolling. It looked like they might punch it in for 7.
They're going to get the field goal, though. Snead just squeezes it inside the left upright, and the Florida Storm regained the lead 13-10, almost blocked on that one. That could have been blocked. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Snead kicks this one away, and Ronnie Shanahan again will get the ball and put him in the ground. Let's send it back to SFL Studios for a game break update. Cam, what you got for us?
Thank you, Ramos. San Diego and Los Angeles today, and Johnny Pickler's really catching fire in the late stages of the season. Benji Matson, Dave Axis, Rob Noel, all with touchdowns for a balanced Mavericks team that leads LA 21 in the third, or 21-3 in the third. Back to you in DC.
Thank you, Cam. 13-10 here in DC. Chavas energy pump fakes, and he will go down for a 4-yard loss. Pressure came from the right side as D'Anton Stoneville gets the sack.
And that was definitely a coverage sack right there. He had a little bit of time, but then that pocket very fast closed on him and got that sack. And Florida's defense looking angry on that play just because they couldn't get 7 for that offensive drive.
It's a great job by the Florida secondary as well, holding that up, and Kevin Say will get the draw for a gain of about 5 on that one. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
And what's really worked for DC has kind of been some of those medium to long plays to Lauren Percoco. So let's see if they kind of try that out. Kevin Say hasn't had much luck on the run so far today.
Chavez will throw. No pressure. Throws the ball deep, and the pass is caught by Percoco again. He's been by far the best receiver on the field for the DC Dragons. 4th grab of the game.
Yeah, she's been automatic for him. Everything that's in her area seems like she brings down, and that time no different. She got it, gets the 1st down, and that's really what they look for from her. She's just a giant target at 6'7", but really, if that ball's close to her, she's going to get those big paws on it.
First down and 10. 12 personnel. Handoff goes to Kevin Say on the outside. Kevin Say breaks the tackle and cannot break the second one. 2nd and 6 coming up, and that will be the 2-minute warning with 1:59 left here in the first half. Florida 13, DC 10. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8 p.m. Music right here on YouTube. .22 personnel this time. The DC Dragons with the ball in their possession. Kevin Say will get the handoff. And about 4 on the play. 1:52 left here in the 2nd quarter. And it's a game of cat and mouse here. Wade, if you can get a 1st down, you call a timeout. And if you don't get a 1st down, you allow Florida to potentially, call a timeout if they want to. But you don't want to call a timeout too early.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to. It's right now. It's a kind of a time management game at this stage of the game.
Kevin Say gets it to the outside. He will get the 1st down, and DC has to call a timeout here, or at least go no huddle. They choose not to. They still have 3 timeouts. 1:22 left here in the first half. They will run. It's not gonna be no huddle, but it's gonna be a quick huddle offense with 5 receivers this time on an empty set. Synergy to throw. Synergy middle. The pass somehow caught. I don't know how. But Lauren Percoco has another grab. And now DC finally calls their 1st timeout.
Yeah, it didn't take too much longer than we anticipated them calling that timeout. They got another 1st down right there to Lauren Percoco, call the timeout, and now they continue to kind of try to march down this field and put some points on the board.
3 wide receivers and an offset back in the backfield with a tight end. Synergy will throw the pass middle. That's a beautiful dart to Josh Gill for a 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like a streak route that just went right past the defender, got behind him, caught that ball, and picked up more than a 1st down. Maybe 20 yards on that play, 15 yards, and now they're sitting in good territory. At least can put 3 on the board.
3 wide receiver set, and a lone back in the backfield is Kevin Say. Dropping back to throw, middle. The pass is going to be caught. Percoco to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for DC. No need to go no huddle here, but maybe they like what they see from the defense. Synergy to throw to the end zone. Almost picked off. And a 2nd and goal coming up.
Yeah, you mentioned it. They didn't need to go for, the no huddle because they're in a good spot where they can at least tie it up. But you think maybe they want to run a little more of this clock and not leave Florida's offense if they, convert right here, leaving with much time left.
2nd down and goal. Kevin Say goes spread out as a receiver. Are we going to see like a sneak or something? A quarterback draw or something? Synergy to throw. He's going to throw to the outside. Almost intercepted again. Good play by Ryan Davidson in coverage. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that was dangerous. We had 2 defenders over there in that area. 27 right there and number 51 were both in the area. Leo Thunderman was there to kind of clean up anything that Evan Carroll Ryan Davison didn't get. But that time, great job by Florida's defense to stay strong, and DC has to come up with something to put some points on the board. They need the red zone offense to kick in, get a goal line drive.
3rd down and goal. One man in the backfield is Kevin Say. Another throw by Synergy. Pass middle, the pass, touchdown! Josh Gill. Wow, what a big time catch. Big time catch. You know what? That's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands. Play the only video game with your player in it in the SFL 4K23 mod. Let's take a look again at this catch. Oh man, right from the ground.
Yeah, and that's how that right there is how a quarterback throws a receiver open. He threw it to a spot, and then Gill knows what's coming, notices it, catches it, touchdown. Excellent catch. The nice hands scoop that ball from getting on the turf, and we got ourselves a touchdown.
Extra point is up and good, and the DC Dragons have scored 17 out of the last 20 points in this game. 41 seconds left here in the second quarter. Dragons lead 17-13. What a great game, Wade, so far.
Yeah, very, very clean game. Only a couple of penalties, and we've only seen one turnover so far, knock on wood, but, you know, we've seen a really nice game so far.
The return goes to the 23-yard line, where Ron Cochran and company will try again. It's interesting to see. I think on 1st down, you give the ball to Beletsky, and depending on how that play goes, then you can try to look for points. You know, your run game has been the best part of your offense. And, you know, if you can, you know, get about a 20-yard run, then you think about calling timeouts and potentially getting a field goal.
Absolutely. No need to turn it over now.
Yeah. 36 seconds left. 23. The ball at the 23-yard line of Florida. Cochran will throw the pass middle, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming.
A dangerous throw to EJ Menson. Was looking for 1st down territory, but didn't complete it. But now, no harm, no foul, incomplete. They force a 2nd and 10, but that just gives Florida another chance to try to get a 1st down or some big yards right here.
12 personnel for Florida. 4-3 defense here for the DC Dragons. And in motion is Valentin Sarkov. The throw. Cochran with time. The pass to the outside is incomplete, dropped by Valentin Sarkov. A rare drop by the tight end. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, normally sure-handed right there. It just looked like might have lost focus on the catch, might have heard footsteps, or just the act of turning around to try to catch that, you know, gives his hands a little unsecure, but that's something they need right there, that would have picked up a 1st down.
Empty set for the Storm. Man-to-man coverage again showing for DC. Cochran rolling to the right. Cochran throws the pass. Middle caught. That's going to be Stephen Bush. Florida aggressive will call a timeout.
So they get what they wanted. They get at least a 1st down, call the timeout. So we'll see if they continue to try to chip away and just pick up 3, or if they try to go for a splash play that picks them up a huge gain right here.
Empty set again. Look for the deep throw here, Wade. A lot of players really for the defense nearby the line of scrimmage.
Zone too.
Yeah. Cochran will throw. Cochran goes down. So the blitz came from the left side, as Chris Britton, the 3rd, will have quarterback takedown.
Yeah, and that was great job by the DC defense to force that stack. Florida looked like they might have some receivers downfield, but DC does enough, gets that sack, and now possibly forces it to halftime.
That was the last play of the first half. The DC Dragons, after being down 10-0, have taken the lead 17-13, and just want to hear your quick thoughts of the first half. very entertaining first half of play.
Absolutely. To me, it was DC's defense that got that splash play, forced that fumble, and that set them in perfect field position to really threaten Florida's defense, and they did. And now DC's up 17-13 when Florida, that first quarter and a little bit into the second quarter, were really kind of controlling this game, and then DC flipped the switch and pulls ahead by 4.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good shot of the unbelievable catch by Josh Gill for the go-ahead score late in the second quarter.
Yeah, and these defenses have really come to play because, you know, just looking at these offenses on paper, I would have thought we would have seen a little more fireworks, but these defenses have really stepped up and not allowed these offenses to really just fly wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being with us, everybody. It's Wade Phillips. I'm Ramos Lynn, joined by Rochelle Colston and Dwayne Schindler in the stats truck. Our producer, as always, is Cameron Irvine, and this will be returned. DC will return it past the 20-yard line and to the 24. That's where Chavaz energy will be set to come back to the field. And wait, Chavaz was really good here in the first half. Nothing incredibly flashy, but very, very accurate with the football. 9 of 12, 112 yards. 6 of those completions to Lauren Percoco. I'd like to see a little bit more of Ronnie Shanahan and Mark Churchill.
Absolutely. I'd like to see him spread it around and get some of these other receivers involved.
Man in motion as a tight end from right to left. Lone man is Chuck Steller. He will have the handoff and maybe a gain of 1. Let's send it to Cameron Irvine for another game break update. Cam, what you got for us?
Thanks, Ramos. I know you like close calls here. Watch this on 3rd down and goal. B. Robo in the back of the end zone. That first look, it looked like a touchdown, but watch this second look. That toe is out of bounds. Results in a field goal for San Diego. LA still in it, 24-10. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. It's a game of inches. Oh, this pass is caught by Mike Churchill. It may be a game of inches, but Churchill was open for a good 6 or 7 yards. First down, DC.
Yes, he was. I'd like to see what happened. Yeah, they just blown coverage right there. It looked like the defensive backs were out of whack right there and left a whole bunch of space for DC's wide receivers to catch that and have space to run. And now DC gets this drive started with a nice gain and now looking to put the foot on the gas.
DC Dragons, ever since scoring the first points of the game, have looked like a completely different team than what they looked on the first, 7-8 minutes of the ball game. This is another throw to Lauren Percoco, who's quickly approaching 100 yards.
Yeah, they got that momentum on their side and they haven't looked back. And DC, until something else happens by Florida's defense or offense, it looks like DC is really in the driver's seat until they let up.
Toss play. Chuck Steller gets about a couple on that one, taking a play out of the Florida Storm playbook.
I will say this, real Ramos, the halftime speeches do some strange things, so we could see Florida just flip the script and run away, or we could see DC just absolutely pull away.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. Handoff to Kevin Say. Can he get to the sticks? Nope, he cannot. He's a good 1.5 yards shy. Adrian Blaine with another big-time stop, and the Florida Storm will get the ball back.
Adrian Blaine's been playing a heck of a game. She's been everywhere in the run defense game. She's made multiple stops, and now Florida's defense stays strong. That halftime chat by the coaching staff must have done something to really light a fire under them and really make them come out firing in the second half.
It's really been the ladies tonight. Lauren Percoco on the offense for DC and Adrian Blaine for the defense in Florida. The top performance for each unit, in my opinion, so far in the ball game. Florida will have the football again at their own 16-yard line. First half for the running game was really good. Charlie Beletsky approaching 100 yards. J.W. Doyle still only with 2 carries. but those two were made count. And he's been in the field for a lot of the plays. Working as lead blocker. Play action though this time. Ron Cochran pass is going to be incomplete. What a punch out by the DB. That's Bullock with the knockdown. I mean, the ball was already in the receiver's hands, but Bullock able to punch it away.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal defensive play. It's been a long time since I've seen someone play that great of a defense just to knock a sure catch, it seems, right out of the hands.
Well, personnel again, a lot of players in the box for DC. Jay Minson goes from right to left. And a handoff goes to Beletsky. Beletsky, good run defense right there by the DC Dragons. Everybody containing their lane. That's John DeSantis with the stop. 6th tackle of the game for John DeSantis.
That was just, you mentioned it, perfect run defense just to stop Beletsky from any more damage than just the few yards that he gained.
3rd and 6. Gonna be more motion here for the Storm. Caleb Giffis, who has no target so far in the game, goes in motion. Cochran will scramble to the right again. Roll out. The pass is going to be caught by Stephen Bush. One-handed reception. And the Florida Storm moved the chains.
Roll that beautiful bean footage right there and caught it and got enough to pick up a first down. And now they continue to roll. And Florida just needs to kick it into gear and really get a long, sustained drive that puts points on the board. Because, they're down 4, but, third quarter can go pretty fast if you aren't watching out.
First down for the Storm. That was a big first down for the Florida offense. Cochran will throw. Cochran middle. The pass caught. Ron Haynes for a gain of 6.
And they're beginning to spread it around. And I'm curious if we're going to get to see much more of Beletsky much in this drive. They haven't really gone to him much. They've really kind of pitch and hold the passing game and kind of leaned on it so far.
2nd down and 4. 22 personnel. It's a heavy set. One of the tight ends will go to the weak side of the formation and make it a balanced formation. Handoff goes to Beletsky. Beletsky will break a tackle and shy of the first down. Really good job by, I think that was DeSantis pushing that one back. 3rd and 1.
And that was just a whole bunch of DC's defenders right there getting that stop. It honestly, I thought Beletsky had that first down, but just more DC defenders just kept coming and knocking him down.
3rd and 1, heavy set. Beletsky will go with the sweep and easily picks up a first down. Normally when you have a 3rd and 1, you contain the middle, right? Because you're afraid of a run inside. You're afraid of a, brotherly shove kind of play with a quarterback sneak or something. So, to counter that, you go with an off tackle. And look at the offensive lineman putting in work.
Yeah, right there. He got just enough and got the pancake right there. Knocked that defender right on his back, and that was just enough. Beletsky, you don't see that much on the short yardage, the pull game, but I would have really guessed if I was the defender that they would go up the middle.
Another inside run here by Beletsky, gets 3 on the play, and Florida slowing the pace down, the pace of the game down a little bit with what has worked best for them. It's been the run.
Yeah, and it looks like they just kind of want to control the game, control the clock, really put their stamp on it and not leave DC any time to do anything.
Cochran this time will throw. Cochran tries to scramble and goes down. Maybe gets about half a yard. A good defensive play here for DC. 3rd and 5 coming up.
A lot of that had to do with the defensive backs getting, those passing opportunities to not be there and didn't leave Cochran anywhere to throw and just took the sack.
Play action. Cochran to throw. He gets hit and the pass is picked. Declan O'Rourke, who's been Johnny on the spot all day long. He was the one who recovered the fumble, and now on a deflected pass, he gets the INT.
And that was the defensive line right there, getting the pressure on Cochran. Cochran just kind of limply throws it up, and right to number 54 right there. Declan O'Rourke catches it, and he has just been a takeaway machine today. You mentioned that fumble recovery earlier, and now gets his hands on an interception, and now DC wants to maintain their grasp on this lead.
Declan O'Rourke, 7 solo tackles, 1 fumble recovery, 1 pass deflection, 1 interception. Been all over the field tonight. Synergy to throw. Synergy now fumbles the football. The offensive lineman scoops it up and get down. You're not meant to run with the football, young man. 2nd and 26 coming up. What's going on?
Man, my coach, if that was me, my coach back in the day would have just chewed me out right there. He would have said, young man, fall on that ball. You are not running that ball.
Oh, my God. And Shavas Synergy actually escaped with a potential injury or something. That leg could have been held up, and DC is actually going to challenge the ruling of the field of a forward pass. I don't see it, but let's take a look at the replay.
Let's see what they see. I like you. I don't see it. But you know, maybe we'll see something on the screen.
It's going to be a good angle of it, and I don't see how that's a forward pass.
No, yeah, that looked like going backwards. Ball goes out. Fumble to me.
So the play stance is called. And, I mean, I guess when you're staring at 2nd and 26, you have to at least try it.
Yeah.
But Florida now with a pristine situation here. Their strength is stopping the pass. That's their strength. They have great DBs. And so if you're DC, you have to think of the long run. It looks like they're going to have 5 wide receivers. Look out. Watch out for this. Coco goes in motion, and now will be tied to the line. Synergy will throw. Synergy middle, and the pass is knocked away and almost intercepted.
Yeah, it looked like he was staring Percoco down the entire way, and Jesus Smith right there just said, no, you are not going to just put that right through my area, but knocked that down, got the incompletion forced, and now DC staring at a 3rd and 26.
3rd and 26. Javas Energy is under center. Draw play, and Kevin Say will get about 4 just to try to regain the field position battle. I mean, it's okay. Like, you're not getting 30 yards through the air. So.
Right. Yeah, and also, I mean, if you turn it over right there, they're in perfect field position to really hurt you. So, yeah, I don't mind it. You go with something safe that's going to get you a few yards to give you a better punt.
Punt goes away, will be fielded at the 28-yard line, and the return will go to the 32. It's Caleb Gibbs. Florida will try again. Scoreless 3rd quarter. BC 17, Florida 13. If you're just joining us, Florida started this game hot, 10-0. Then DC tied this one up at 10 apiece. Florida scored a field goal to make it 13-10, and the DC Dragons at the end of the 2nd quarter got a big-time touchdown from Josh Gill. Make it 17-13. 12 personnel, handoff from Cochran to Beletsky, and Beletsky, more good run defense here for the DC Dragons. They've played much better ever since the 2nd quarter.
Absolutely. That 1st quarter was one to forget for DC's defense, but really they stepped up and have been getting stop after stop and have not let Charlie Beletsky get much going in this, 2nd half or that 2nd quarter and beyond.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. Split backs formation, 4-3 defense for DC. Handoff goes to Beletsky, breaks a tackle and gets about 5 as Declan O'Rourke makes the stop.
And DC's defense has to step up strong here on 3rd down and 2. third and short, you'd think that Florida might lean on Bolesky or even J.W. Dull. He's really kind of gashed him for some big gains so far in his 2 attempts.
3rd down and 2. I formation with 2 tight ends. Handoff, Bolesky, and Charlie Bolesky will not be even close from a 1st down. John DeSantis making the stop at the line of scrimmage, 4th and 2.
Right there, DC's defense played the run perfectly and did not let Bolesky get any more than about 1 yard right there. And that forces Florida into a punt, and DC's defense stays strong so far in this second half. It's been all defense.
Punt goes away. A really, really good punt to the 13-yard line and a fumble. Fumble on the play, and the Storm has it inside the 10-yard line. And I gotta say it, man. The DC Dragon special teams unit has been dreadful in this game.
They have, and that's why Florida, a big reason why they got those initial 10 points was some penalties on special teams, and now it comes back to bite them again with the fumble inside the 20-yard line, on the 10-yard line.
1st down and 10 yards to go. Cochran to throw inside. Minson, touchdown. So that fumble proves costly for the DC Dragons as the Storm put 7 points on the board immediately.
Yeah, and it's really tough when DC's defense just gets to stop, and then they have to get right back out there with this explosive Florida offense. And right there, it was just no stopping Minson on that play. Cochran found him, threw it in there for what looked like a fairly easy touchdown, and now Florida looking to put another point on there and make it a 3-point ball game. But DC's offense now has to come out strong and get something started.
Snead puts the extra point, 20-17, Florida. End your day of football with the SFL tomorrow night. On tap, a must-win tussle in the Central between Sioux Falls and Tulsa, and Arizona tries to stay hot against division rival Denver. It's never too early to check out next week's games. Head over to simulationfl.net to plan your next football weekend. From the 2, this return by Ronnie Shanahan will get past the 25-yard line, all to the 29-yard line. That was not Ronnie Shanahan. That was number 16, Sam Harrison, one of the return specialists.
Yeah, it looked like he was the one with the fumble from that punt return. So really wanted to kind of erase that in everyone's mind and get a big gain. But, got him pretty decent field position on the 29.
Sure did. Single back formation looks like for DC. That's Kevin Say. 11 personnel. Lauren Percoco is to the right. Hand off on the stretch. That's going to be Kevin Say with maybe 1 on the play. Not much there. Bailey with the stop.
Yeah, the defensive line right there got great penetration, forced that offensive lineman back, and then Kevin Say kind of ran into the back of the blocker and just got picked off after gaining only 1 yard on that play.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Churchill in motion from right to left. Handoff again goes to Kevin Say, and Say breaks a tackle. Gets maybe 2 on that one. Really good stop by Leo Thunderman.
Yeah, Florida's defense had great run coverage right there, filling the gaps and staying on their assignments and getting that stop. And now DC's offense has just got to get a play right here to get a 1st down.
That's Synergy to throw. Synergy will scramble, and Chavez will have to slide down after gaining about 3. 4th down coming up for DC, and they will have to punt it again.
It looked like those receivers were all running routes that were right at or about the 1st yard line, but the defense was right there in their face, and it forced Shabazz to take off, but only picks up a few.
This punt goes away. Florida will have a chance to return it from the 29. And, big hit. Big hit right there provided by Chuck Steller, the fullback, on Giffis. Florida will be set up at the 31. 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. Wade Phillips, Ramos Lynn here in the commentary booth. Wayne Schindler and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. 4-3 defense. Cochran to throw. Cochran to the outside. The pass is caught. EJ Minson for a gain of 6 as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, EJ Minson's gotten pretty much the lion's share of the targets today. He and Stephen Bush have gotten quite a few between the both of them, but Florida gets a short second down right here, and we'll see if maybe they go for Charlie Boletsky again and try to pick up the first down.
Second down and 4, last play of the third quarter as Charlie Boletsky gets the handoff to the right side. John DeSantis makes the stop after a couple-yard gain. That's the end of the third quarter. Let's put your 4s, 12s, 86s, and 68s up in the chat, everybody. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Florida leads 2017 over the D.C. Dragons. They will have the football, but third down coming up here for the Storm. Split backs. And Boletsky will have the ball, and Boletsky is ruled shy of the first down marker. 4th and inches.
And how about that? Just a standout defense by DC right there. And yeah, Florida, I thought they're challenging it because it looked like he was absolutely very close where you could almost put a postcard in there to measure this.
Yeah, where's Gene Sterator's index card when you need it? Let's see, the yellow line, people, remember, it's not an official first down marker. It's just an indication, and I think he's got it.
Yeah, I do too. When he got picked up right there. Oh, no. Right there. But, that ball kind of stayed behind. But, when he goes down, that ball looks like it's on the line. So,
okay. The ruling of the field stands, so not enough evidence to overturn this one. And it's still going to be 4th and inches here for Florida. And the way your defense has played here in the second half, you have to punt this one away.
Yeah, absolutely. Because DC's defense, especially the run defense, in this situation, I would see a run play. But, yeah, no, good call to punt this away.
Let's see if we see some trickery here. And nope, Ripa will punt it away. Also, you have maybe the best punter in SFL history, even though this time he lets me down. The ball goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, no, but he is good. And it's just a rare kind of miscue on the punting game for Agrippa. And you would have thought that could have at least pinned him back there. But, hey, not every time.
20-17, Florida over DC. 9:23 left in regulation. Vast Energy really has struggled here in the second half to get any stats, really. It's only been about 15 to 20 yards passing here in the second half. And he will hand the ball off to Kevin Say. Say, with a couple of spin moves, gets 4.
Yeah, puts 2 defenders on the spin cycle. Picks up enough to get it 4, but the defense was right there to not allow him to pick up any more than 4 yards. And Florida's defense really wants to get a stop right here and try to pull away with this game, but DC really needs to put some more points on the board.
Second down and 6. Player in motion is Lauren Percoco. From left to right. And a toss play goes to the other side, so some misdirection, but Chuck Steller is unable to get much of anything on that play, maybe just one. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and I think right there, Florida's defense has seen a play just like that a little too much this game and really read it and got the stop right there. And now DC looking at a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Play action. Synergy to throw the pass deep. Incomplete. The pressure got to him. As he tries to pick himself up the ground. Off the ground. 4th and 5, and DC will have to pawn it away.
Yeah, and really, Synergy just hasn't had any time to really do anything back there. We've seen quite a few plays where Florida's defense gets back there and causes an errant throw or gets a sack or a fumble. So really, if this line for DC can, hold up a little longer, maybe Synergy can find his targets a little better.
This return will go past the 45 and up to midfield. Play out to the 49 of DC's territory. Really good field position here for the Storm. As they are trying to really, I'm not going to say put this away because there's a lot of time, but with a touchdown here where you got to feel Florida is really in a great position the way their defense is playing in the second half.
You're absolutely right. If they can just, even 3 points would help them because, again, like you said, their defense has been playing outstanding in this second half.
First down, 10 yards to go. Stephen Bush in motion. From under center, Ron Cochran will hand the ball off to Beletsky, and Beletsky will be stuffed right there at the line.
Right there, DC's defensive line got up into the face of the offensive line, pushed them back just enough to have Beletsky run right into the back of the blocker and get that stop right at the line.
12 personnel here for the Storm. It's going to be a pass. Cochran, that's a screen. Beletsky breaks a tackle and gets 4 on the play.
And I've been wondering why we haven't seen more of that right there. Get Beletsky out on a screen or even a swing route to make him, one-on-one with a D-back or something. Try to force a broken tackle and get some big yards.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. A big 3rd down for the DC defense here. 4 wide receiver set for the Storm. Cochran to throw. Cochran middle, and the pass is going to be caught somehow by Stephen Bush, who's still inbounds, and Stephen Bush will get it to the 7-yard line. A massive play for the Storm offense.
That was an exceptional catch by Stephen Bush right there. I thought we would see an incomplete pass, but shows what I know. Caught it right in the face of the defender. It looked like they almost had the hands on it. It looked like that was John DeSantis in the face of the receiver, but they could not stop Stephen Bush on that play, and he gets the big 1st down, and now Florida is in prime territory to do some scoring.
4-12 personnel and more man coverage here for the DC defense. Handoff goes to Beletsky to the outside, and Beletsky gets the stuffle for a gain of about 2 yards. Keep it on the ground for now. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You take a look at Declan O'Rourke's updated numbers. 8 tackles solo and an interception. Also has a recovered fumble. Heavy set. Cochran to throw. Cochran goes inside. The pass incomplete. Good defense by DC. 3rd.
Yeah, that was excellent coverage right there to stop Ron Haynes before he could catch that to bring it within probably a yard of the 1st down. But DC's defense has done a great job in the second half stopping the run. The passes, just a few of them have gotten through the defense and have got some big splash plays. And that's a touchdown right there for Stephen Bush. Caught it, and it looked like he was wide open for that play to get that touchdown. And now Florida really pulling away with this game. They get the rollout right there by Cochran, gets out, and Stephen Bush is right there, right in front of the defense to catch it and get that score.
Literally left me speechless here for a second. What a score. What an important score, actually. We talked about at the beginning of the drive. A touchdown really puts Florida in a great situation. Snead will try to put the extra point to have a 10-point lead. And DC really has to find answers quickly.
Yes, they do,
when
because they're running out of time. Now they're down 10 and looking like Florida could just pull away with it.
27-17, the Florida Storm lead the DC Dragons. And, you know, for DC, you know, you still have time. Time is not an issue. Like, time is not a big issue. The issue is the fact that the Florida defense has just been so good.
Yeah, no, Florida's defense has been playing next level in the second half. And really, it just took a kind of a miscue on that last drive for Florida's offense. But DC's defense been playing pretty good, but they just need their offense to, you know, get something going and put some points on the board.
Ryan Shanahan will return this one to the 24-yard line, and we'll see Chavez Energy and Company on the field again. Now available, free to download, you can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for a 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at goretroid.com and search SFL and download our mod. The pass is going to be caught. Josh Gill is going to be gone. Sorry, folks, I'm having some issues here, some lag. This is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. Hopefully, Wade is still with me here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And right there, caught it, took off, and right there, Gill almost had just the home run play, caught it, took off for a gain of over 60 yards right there, and almost punched it in. Now is over 100 yards receiving for the day.
First and goal here for the DC Dragons offense. What an important play here.
Yes, sir. And we've got a score, baby. And now it looked like the run to the outside gets just enough to get him touchdown. Looked like the blockers did their job, got the block up front, the push. The fullback got out there, got ahead on somebody, and now DC within 4. After this point after will be within 3, and now Florida has to respond on offense, but DC's offense gets the job done right there on that play and on that drive. It was a big play by Gill to pick up a huge chunk of yards, and now it sets up Florida kind of need to reassess and get something that pulls them ahead again and maybe calm down their defense while DC's defense gets another shot to try to maybe force a turnover or really get a 3 and out and put some more points on the board. There's another kickoff that's down in the end zone, so it looks like Florida's going to take over at the 20-yard line, try to start this drive and maybe get some points on the board. Really, they have to do something to pull away from DC because DC just keeps staying in this game and is threatening on offense and defense. Split backs, twins to the left. Cochran drops back and throws it again to Stephen Bush, picks up the first down, and now Florida continues to drive, and they're looking like they're going to put together a pretty decent little drive right there off the start. Bush picks up the first down and is now over 115 yards through the air for Gill and Cochran at the 194 yards and 3 touchdowns today. 12 formation, tight end in motion to the left. And it's a handoff to Beletsky and is stopped behind the line for a loss of 1. And right there, the defense of DC did a great job to force the loss of 1 yard. And it looked like the linebackers got in there and filled the hole and stopped the play before it could get any damage.
Yeah, stopping Florida from getting a first down will be massive here for DC, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And right there, he shows up big again. So far on these last 2 drives, they have leaned heavily on Bush, and so far it's really helped them out because he's picked up first down after first down after that big play on that last drive where he picked up, a huge gain of, over 60 yards. So Bush really paying forward.
We're working on Ramos Lynn's technical issues right now. I'm Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios as Florida leads 27-24, trying to put this game on ice. DC's defense trying to get a stop. All of a sudden, Wade, we've had a kind of an explosion of offense here in this game. It's really defensive, and then back-to-back touchdowns.
Yes, we have. Yeah, and it started with DC getting that splash play where it was, took off to the races, and now Florida doing what they can to try to put some more points and get some big plays going.
Toss, Beletsky breaks off a tackle. Beletsky used the speed to get outside, inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. Beletsky before that run, long run of just 21 yards, 4 yards a carry, gets his most important and most impactful run of the day.
Yes, and that's why they pay him the big bucks. Right there, broke that first tackle and it was off to the races. Fortunately for DC's defense, it looked like the defensive back got over there and pushed him out of bounds. But Beletsky, it was just a matter of time before he broke off a big one, and right there we saw it.
First and 10, 3:57 to go in the fourth quarter. Both teams have 2 timeouts because both lost a challenge earlier in the half. Cochran's pass is picked off. He overthrew his intended receiver. It's intercepted. It's going back the other way. John DeSantis.
He comes up big right there. Wow. Overthrows, Cochran does, and it's right into the defender's hands. Right. John DeSantis caught that and took off, but now DC's defense plays strong in the second half, forcing a takeaway, and now they can drive down this field and take as much time off the clock as they can to try to at least tie it.
And Declan O'Rourke was on the coverage of that receiver. 10 tackles, a fumble recovery, an interception, and a pass deflection today. Now it's back in the hands of the Dragon offense as Kevin Say refuses to go down. He picks up only 2, just 71 yards on 22 carries today. But despite all that, they got a shot.
Yes, they do. And right there, it looked like, and thankfully, they're kind of staying balanced and not just abandoning the run and just chucking it around. But good to see Say get some more carries, and we'll see within this heavy set what they do.
2nd and 8, no time to panic for the Dragons. A field goal ties it. A touchdown wins it. Handoff to Say, running left. Kevin Say dragging Thunderman down near the first down marker. Going to be a yard short, 3rd and 1.
And right there, a lot of that had to do with, I think that was the left tackle, just bullying people, throwing people off the block, and giving Say enough, room to pick up enough to make it a 3rd and 1.
3rd down, DC just 4 for 10 on 3rd down, 0 for 4 in the second half, and Kevin Say's going outside. Say got the first down. He was looking for a block, Wade, and got it. Oh my gosh, talk about a heart attack.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I was like, are you going to turn up the field? No, waiting for that block, steals the edge, and then shoots up the sideline for extra yards, and now Say picks up the first down, and DC continues to roll along.
Man, oh man, that was crazy. Synergy now drops back to pass, fires down the middle of the field, incomplete. Adrian Blaine, who's been terrific today, was in coverage. Blaine, 9 tackles, an assist, and a pass deflection. DC has been in plenty of close games this season and have struggled in them. 1-4 this season in close games, or games decided by 1 score, I should say. 1-3 actually in those 1-score ball games. 2nd down and 10, 2:28 to go in the fourth. Synergy's pass is caught in between the corner and the safety. Josh Gill once more. He's over 100 first down.
And Synergy continues to cook right there. Gill just continues to just cook in this kitchen and just picks up another first down. And really, this connection between Synergy and Gill has been on point these last few drives for the DC offense.
Shabazz Synergy continues to work, has only thrown interceptions in 2 of his 10 outings this season, which is just unbelievable. 2 minutes left. Are they going to snap? Yep, they do get one more play off. Kevin Say around the right side, and Say's going to be wrapped up by Blaine once again, and Jesus Smith coming in to assist. Wow, that's the 2-minute warning, along with Wade Phillips, Dakota Butts, Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. Ramos Lynn is here with us in spirit too, hoping his signal clears up for this exciting finish. You're watching SFL football presented by APM Music on YouTube. DC nearing field goal range. Handoff. Say on his 26th carry. There's an injury. It's on Florida's defense. That's Ryan Davidson. That is a huge loss.
That only puts them at 2 excellent cornerbacks over there. Looks like they're going to have to bring someone off the bench if he's out too long. But yeah, now DC gets a big gain, maybe leaves them a 3rd and 1 or 2, maybe. Yeah, 3rd and 2, but DC can do really anything. Maybe try to take advantage of the fact that Ryan Davison is going to at least miss a few plays.
I mentioned DC being 1-3 in one possession games this season. Florida hasn't faced many, but they're under 500 too. 1-2 in one score ball games this season. Now a 3rd and 2 for the Dragons. They'll bring Percoco in motion into the backfield here. And they'll hand it off to Kevin Say. Say is held up, and he's short of the first down. I think you got to go for it with just 2 timeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to go for it. You cannot give Bullet Bolesky a chance to ice the game with a couple of first downs. So even though you've got those timeouts, you can't do it.
They're going to punt it. They have to hurry up and get this punt off. Unless it's a fake, they got to kick it, because otherwise there's Well, as long as they kick it before 40 seconds, yeah, they're going for the stop. They're trying to get a defensive stop. Pin him back deep. This punt is a pretty decent one at the 11-yard line. Return to the 14. But, wow, a gutsy decision there by the Dragons. They are going to try and force Florida into a 3-and-out situation to get the ball back. Wow, I don't know about that call.
It's a bold strategy, Cameron. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Cara Phillips I love him too. Yeah, he's doing great. 1:19 left in the 4th. Florida gets 1 first down, and they're going to hold on to this one. Bullet Bolesky up the middle. Bolesky picks up a solid 7. Timeout DC. I mean, boy, that's tough. If they would have had 3 timeouts, maybe, Wade, I would have felt differently. But, wow, I appreciate the trust in the defense, though. I really do.
Yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate it, but at some point you got to kind of go with it and try to get that first down.
Handoff on a sweep. Bolesky's been strong at it all day, but he's dropped for a loss of 3. Defensive identity for DC shows up again. Now it's 3rd down. Florida is 7 for 13, but 2 for 2 in the 4th quarter.
And Florida might be sweating a little bit over there on the sideline. They've got to get something that picks up at least the first down to try to ice this game.
Don't want to stop the clock either. They're going to run it. Hand off to Bolesky. He is stopped short. And DC's strategy pays off. They now make sure that they are the last team with the football, but they're only going to have about 20 seconds left. And it all comes down to play calling here late. And remember, Wade, all they need is a field goal here. So if they can get any kind of decent return, they could be in business.
Yeah, they just need that little bit of push to get them in field goal position. But who better to have back there punting than this man right here?
4th and 2. They're going to wind the clock. DC gets the 3-and-out they were looking for. Punt is away. Agrippa flips the field from their own 38-yard line. Not much there, but 24 seconds on the clock. They have no timeouts. They got to get to we're indoors here, Wade, so probably about the 35-yard line, about 24 yards away.
Yeah, and we'll see who they kind of try to get, if they go to Gill or if they try Percoco we'll see what they try to do because they just need, like you said, about 25 yards.
Dragons are going to call in motion Lauren Percoco, who was spread all the way outside. They bring her around the left. 3-2 dime defense for Florida. It's gut check time. Synergy down the field. The pass is caught. There is a flag. That is going to stop the clock, even if they decline it, I do believe, Wade.
Yeah, that's just heads-up play by DC to get the first down, but then the defensive pass interference, just the boneheaded play, unfortunately stops the clock and now gives DC fresh life to try to tack on 3 right before the time expires.
So now they only need 11 yards, but more importantly, they don't have any timeouts. So DC's got to be real careful with this. They are in kind of no man's land to try and rush the field goal team on if they can't get the spike. This is Synergy's pass. It is incomplete. That would have put him in range. Now there's 15 seconds left. Percoco was the intended target.
And they would have been incredibly lucky just to Percoco catch that. If she brings that in bounds, they're right where they can kick that field goal, but they would have to really hurry to that line.
5-4 DC, 8-2 Florida. A couple of potential playoff teams here as Synergy's pass is going to be caught at the 32-yard line. They got to hurry. Percoco, they don't have enough time. Wade, the game is going to end because they can't get the field goal unit on in time. The game is over.
Oh, just heartbreaking. They run out of time. They're out of timeouts. That challenge, that failed challenge that would have, had they not thrown that, they would have had one more timeout. That's what shoots them in the foot. They had some game management, some time clock management situations that really kind of shot them in the foot, but really it was a very balanced game total yards wise. Really only about 19 yards separate both teams. But wow, what about that ending? I mean, they get so agonizingly close and just can't get their field goal unit out there fast enough.
So Florida gets the victory 27-24 as DC comes up just short. If they would have gotten that pass over to Percoco, maybe they would have had a shot. But yeah, Wade, you said it. The missed challenge at the missed challenge earlier in the half really cost them. Their strategy worked at the end, but they just couldn't get enough done down the stretch of this one. In Florida, who has seemingly, been in this situation all month long, it feels like, Wade, with the crazy finish against Atlanta. They dropped the game late to Carolina. It's just been a wild month for Florida, but they hang on. DC loses another close one, and they got 2 weeks left to try and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not helping their coaching staff with their, heart medication, but really Florida has been playing really well. And like you mentioned, those close games kind of got them, those 2 losses with Atlanta and Carolina. But, they finally get that monkey off their back, get their second close victory of the season. But really, hats off to both these squads playing an excellent game. That really, that second half was something else with those defenses staying strong.
Declan O'Rourke was amazing. 9 tackles, had all the fumble recoveries, the interceptions. Adrian Blaine, 15 tackles. John DeSantis with 18 total. Who's your player of the game, Wade?
I probably have to say Stephen Bush. Those big plays at the end that got them ahead, really, I think, is what set the victory. But, you can't say Florida without Bullet Bolesky because he over 100 yards rushing. But to me, Stephen Bush at the end getting those really the icing on the cake, getting them the win.
Final score, Florida 27, DC 24. Ramos Lynn called an amazing game along with Wade Phillips, and I just took it to the finish line. Dakota Butts, Rochelle Colston, excellent job on stats from all of us at SFL Nation. SFL action continues tonight in about 38 minutes. A couple of big games coming up. Motor City, Charleston, followed by Fort Worth and Portland coming up tonight. A couple of huge games to the playoff picture as well. Florida gets the win. You can breathe a sigh of relief. More SFL action comes your way next on SFL YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.